Hi, my name's Sarah Page and I'm doing the Practical 2B. I'll be the counsellor. This is my volunteer Lyndall, who's kindly volunteered to be Claire. Lyndall, do you consent to this being recorded for assessment purposes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Hi Claire, welcome to counselling today. My name is Sarah. You found it okay?
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us. Is this the first time that you've been to counselling before?
Yeah, it is really, yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. Welcome. Well, congratulations on taking the first step. It's very brave and can be quite nerve-wracking. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, just put my son into left him with my mother
Okay.
for the session. So
How do you feel about that?
yeah, she's pretty good with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. That's good. So then you can relax while you're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Before we get started, we just have some housekeeping that we need to go through. Since you haven't been to counselling before, I'll just explain the Wellness Counselling Centre's approach to counselling.
Yep.
And that is that we take a person-centred approach, which just facilitates an environment that empowers you to make the decision that is best for your family, because we won't give advice or direct you on what to do, because you are the expert in your own life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Beautiful. Okay, everything that we say in this session is confidential, but there are limitations to this confidentiality, and that is if I deem that you're going to harm yourself or to others, and if your records are subpoenaed by a court of law, and if another agency has requested your information, I will get written permission from you to sign over your notes.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, the sessions will run for 6 sessions. They go for an hour long, and at this stage we'll go weekly. Is that okay?
Yep, that's good. That'd be great.
Beautiful. The sessions are $120. We do require 24 hours notice to cancel. Otherwise there'll be a 50% session fee payable. All the records and all the notes that I will take will be in a secure, locked facility. And I will take notes if that's okay, because that just allows me to keep track and make sure that everything is accurate.
Yep.
Email and telephone is here for practical arrangements. We don't engage in counselling over the phone or via email. If you are in a crisis, you get a copy of this, and the crisis numbers are here. And then finally, ending counselling is by mutual prior agreement. You have the right to end it at any time whatsoever. We would just appreciate you letting us know any feedback if there was a reason for you to cancel early.
Yep.
Any questions?
No, look, that sounds really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
that's great.
I'll give you a
thank
copy
you.
of this before you leave.
What's today's date again?
15th.
Right, lovely.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Okay, we have approximately 10 minutes left of the session. What would you like to talk about today?
Look, I'm just torn between, I've been at home for the last few years with my son, and he's now eligible. I first took maternity leave, and now I'm a stay-at-home mum, and my husband Justin goes to work full-time. He's keen for extra income coming into the house, so he wants me to go back to work, and luckily my part-time, because my boss, I loved my job.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually asked me if I wanted to go back.
Oh,
And part-time, which would be really suit.
okay. How do
So,
you feel about returning to work?
Oh, well look, I'm really struggling with, I feel so guilty, leaving Ethan, but he can go to school 3 days a week,
Yeah.
preschool, so,
Mm-hmm.
but I love my job, so
Yeah, okay.
it's a really hard call, so that's why I've come to you today,
Yeah.
to try and help me come to a reasonable decision, because Justin is sort of putting the pressure on.
Okay. It sounds like you're really at a fork in the road, so to speak.
Yeah, but then
yes.
as a mother, first-time mother, little Ethan would be meeting other kids, it'd be good.
Yeah.
But I'd miss him and I feel guilty because I should be at home while I've got the opportunity to spend time with him.
Would it be accurate to say that you're feeling quite torn between your role as a mother and then your role as a individual person, career woman?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you're feeling completely torn. Yeah. Is there a time pressure to make this decision?
I have to make the decision within a week, so
Okay.
the boss said he'd get back to me.
Okay.
So yeah, the pressure's on.
Yeah. Okay. So is that what you'd like to spend this session looking at specifically? Is making a decision about whether or not to take this job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What we'll do is we could have a look at the costs and benefits of this to you, because it sounds like you've got a decision to make between two alternatives. So it's putting your son in childcare or kindergarten, was it?
Yeah.
And returning to work, or staying at home and keeping your son at home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that
But
right?
there's not many children in our neighbourhood, so he doesn't really get to socialise very much.
Okay.
So I know that, and when my sister brings her children over, he just loves playing with them. So I feel he is a little bit isolated like that, and the social interaction would be good.
That's a great benefit for So if we had two choices, the one is putting Ethan into kindy. That's a great benefit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think social skills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling guilty every time you talk about it. My heart starts pumping.
Right. So you get physical feelings.
Bit of anxiety about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it's causing you a lot of stress to think about leaving him for 3 days. Okay. So that's a cost. So putting Ethan in childcare, the cost would be how guilty you feel.
Yeah.
But the pro would be the social skills he would get.
Oh yeah, the social skills, the us being able to do more things as a family, like going out to live more comfortably, financial stability. And I did get a lot of job satisfaction at that job, so.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you return to work, you get job satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you stayed at home?
Well, the option would be to stay at home for another year or two until I sent Ethan to school. Yeah. Then what would happen would be I would probably have to start all over again and apply for jobs.
Yeah, okay.
I've already been out of the workforce for 3 years, so I'm very lucky. I feel privileged that my boss wants me back.
Yeah.
But in a year or two, it may not be that easy.
Okay.
And I would have to start all over again.
Yeah. So if you did return to work, what would be the cost to your life?
Well, the guilt.
The parenting guilt.
Yeah, the parenting guilt. And just getting used to organising things because I've got all day to do it with Ethan. So, yeah, just making sure that I can still cope with the house and that at home.
Yeah, it could be a juggle.
Yeah.
If I could just paraphrase what you've said, if that's okay, so that I am clear where your thinking is at. If you returned to work, you would get a lot of job satisfaction and financial security, which would then open up outings that you could do as a family with more. But the cost of that would just be that parenting guilt where you have to, feel like you're abandoning your son, and also the juggle between getting your son ready for school when you also have work. But if you put Ethan in daycare and return to work, Ethan would get the benefit of social skills and interaction.
That is,
And then you get to have a career at a time that it's kind of landed on your doorstep. Would that be right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could think about your ideal life in a month's time, if you visualise that, what does that look like for you?
Me going back to work,
Yeah.
part-time, and picking Ethan up with a big smile on his face and seeing the benefits that Ethan is getting from the socialisation.
Beautiful. So does that...
And the money going in the bank.
Yes, that's always good, isn't it? So does that say to you that you are leaning towards your heart would prefer to take the job?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think you need to do to be able to make that decision comfortably without the guilt?
Well, because Jake, my husband's at home all the time, then, I mean, he's the one that is not home all the time, but at home seeing how Ethan is within the house, and maybe just sitting down with my husband and having a talk to him about how I'm feeling, because I haven't actually told him yet.
Okay.
So it'd be probably good for me to verbalise that.
Could you just clarify what haven't you told him yet you're interested in going back to work, or the guilt that you feel about?
No, just the guilt. I've told him about
okay.
going back to work because he's pushing me now because he's seen an opportunity. And I haven't told him about how guilty I'm feeling and what is holding me back from going, yes, definitely.
Yeah. Is that something you'd like to look at? I know in the next session is trying to alleviate some of that guilt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I do have to make the decision within the week, so I'd probably have to tell my boss before I saw you next week.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like you've decided your own goal is to talk to your boss and make a decision about returning to work and your husband, and then next week we can work on that parenting guilt. Okay. We've got a couple of minutes left. I think we've made some amazing progress. I think analysing the costs and the benefits to your decision has really allowed you to work out what you really want to do.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to go about making the decision? So you've made the decision, to go back to work?
It's landing more that way, yeah.
And what do you think you need to put in place to be more comfortable enrolling Ethan?
Look, I tell you what, in a couple of days, there's I can't think what you call it, but it's
like an orientation?
An orientation day. So what I could do is go to the orientation day and make sure that he's comfortable and see his interactions.
Beautiful.
So I think that would be good.
That could really alleviate some of your anxiety and also help Ethan settle in while you've got time on your hands to stay there with him.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. And that's next week, the orientation
day?
Yeah,
just before. Yeah.
Brilliant timing.
Yeah, so
orientation.
that might be a good idea.
Yeah. Would your husband be able to go with you?
Maybe.
Yeah, be nice. It's a new chapter in your life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sending your child first.
Well, it's about moving forward, and we're not planning on another child just yet. So, and look, I really would like to show my appreciation and gratitude to my boss for the offer of employment. I would hate to say no to that too.
Okay.
That would make me feel guilty to say no.
All right. So then you've got guilt coming from both angles now. Yeah, that sounds exhausting.
Yeah,
would you say?
That's right. Yeah.
Alright. Do you feel more confident about your decision to return to work?
Yeah, I think I'll just have a talk to my husband, go to the orientation day. But I'm pretty happy to move forward. Yeah,
beautiful. All right, that's great. And then next week we can focus the session more on juggling that work-life balance with your child, and so that you don't have those feelings. We can try reduce those feelings of parenting guilt. And as a mum, I think guilt is always there, but we can try put some strategies in place to reduce it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Well, that's us come to a close. We do have a counselling plan that we'll work on together based on the information that we've discussed today.
Yeah.
And this will just allow us to keep on track and make sure that the sessions are focused and have a purpose.
Yeah.
On the third session, for monitoring and evaluating, we'll have an evaluation feedback just so helps me improve and make sure that you're getting out of it what you need to. You don't have any involvement with any other agencies.
No.
You don't have any additional needs, lack of hearing or
No.
Beautiful. I'll put here the identified priorities. The urgent one was making a decision based on work and your child, and your goal is to make that decision comfortably.
Yeah.
And like you've said, visit the school's orientation, discuss with your husband, and talk to your boss. Alright, and next week we're going to discuss more about kind of working on alleviating some guilt and juggling the two.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Do you have anything else you want to?
No, look, I think that's made me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
So I feel like now that I've verbalised everything, that I can, I'm happy to go ahead and just talk to my husband and the orientation, and I feel that I know that it will be a benefit. It's just I've got to get over my guilt feelings, which we can work through.
Yeah, and it's easier said than done, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, lovely. Thanks for coming in, Claire. It was nice to meet you, and I will see you same time next week.
And thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay.